Let us learn about the great spiritual master Paramahamsa Yogananda Garu by his book Autobiography of a Yogi. He was born on January 5th, 1893 in Gorakhpur, UP state in India to Jnanaprabha Ghosh and Bhagavati Charan Ghosh. He had seven siblings. He was fourth child and second son to his parents. He was named as Mukunda Lal Ghosh. He lived for 59 years and left his body on March 7th, 1952. He was the first Indian American Hindu monk, yogi, and guru who introduced millions of people to meditation and Kriya Yoga through his organization, Self Realization Fellowship or Yogoda Satsang Society, YSS of India. He is a chief disciple of Yoga Guru Swami Sri Yukteswar Giri. He was sent by his lineage to spread the teachings of yoga to the West. He immigrated to the US at the age of 27 to prove the unity between Eastern and Western religions and to preach a balance between Western material growth and Indian spirituality. There are 49 chapters in the autobiography of a yogi book. Let us read one by one chapter and understand the spirituality of life for our self improvement and our mental peace and our spiritual growth. All thanks to Swami Paramahamsa Yogananda for his teachings and his spiritual stories for improving ourselves. Let us start our first chapter, My Parents and Early Life. The characteristic features of the Indian culture have long been a search for the ultimate varieties and the concomitant disciple guru relationship. My own path led to a Christ like sage. His beautiful life was chiseled for the ages. He was one of the great masters who are India's truest wealth. Emerging in every generation, they have bulwarked their land against the fate of ancient Egypt and Babylonia. I find my earliest memories covering the anachronistic features of a previous incarnations. Clear recollections came to me of a distant life in which I had been a yogi amid the Himalayan snows. These glimpses of the past, by some dimensionless link, also afforded me a glimpse of the future. I still remember the helpless humiliation of infancy. I was resentfully conscious of being unable to walk and to express myself freely. Prayerful surges arose within me as I realized my bodily impotence. My strong emotional life was mentally expressed in words of many languages. Amid the inward confusion of tongues, I gradually became accustomed to hearing the Bengali syllables of my people. The beguiling scope of an infant's mind, adultly considered to be limited to toys and toes. Psychological ferment and my unresponsive body brought me to many obstinate crying spells. I recall the general family bewilderment at my distress. Happier memories too crowd in on me. My mother's caresses and my first attempts to lip sync, phrase, and toddling step. These early triumphs, usually forgotten quickly, are yet a natural basis of self confidence. My far reaching memories are not unique. Many yogis are known to have retained their self consciousness without interruptions by the dramatic transition to and from life and death. If man be solely a body, its loss indeed ends his identity. But if prophets down the millenniums spake with truth, man is essentially a soul, incorporeal and omnipresent. Although odd, clear memories of infancy are not extremely rare, during travels in numerous lands, I have heard very early recollections from the lips of veracious men and women. I was born on January 5th, 1893 in Gorakhpur in northeastern India near the Himalaya mountains. There, my first 8 years were passed. We were 8 children, 4 boys and 4 girls. I, Mukunda Lal Ghosh, was the second son and the fourth child. Father and mother were Bengalis. Of the Kshatriya caste, both were blessed with saintly nature. Their mutual love, tranquil and dignified, never expressed its frivolously. A perfect parental harmony was the calm center for the revolving tumult of 8 young lives. Father Bhagwati Charan Ghosh was kind, grave, at times stern. Loving him dearly, we children yet observed a certain reverential distance. An outstanding mathematician and logician, he was guided principally by his intellect. But mother was a queen of hearts and taught us only through love. After her death, father displayed more of his inner tenderness. I noticed then that his gaze often seemed to be metamorphosed into my mother's gaze. In mother's presence, we children made an early bittersweet acquaintance with the scriptures. Mother would resourcefully summon from the Mahabharata and the Ramayana suitable tales to meet the exigencies of discipline. On these occasions, chastisement and instructions went hand in hand. As a gesture of respect for father, in the afternoons, mother would dress us children carefully to welcome him home from the office. He held a position similar to that of a vice president in one of the India's large companies, Bengal Nagpur Railways.